Okay, this electron which is attracting towards the nucleus. So, failure of classical mechanics. Why the classical mechanics is said to be a failure? Why we require the wave mechanical concept? First one is stability of the atoms. Let us consider an hydrogen atom. According to Rutherford here, nucleus means it is containing the protons and neutrons. Protons carries the positive charge and neutrons do not carry any amount of charge because of the protons, nucleus which carries the positive charge, and the electrons which are minute bodies and which carries the negative charge here, and hence the electron which is revolving around the nucleus, because here to here there is a force of attraction due to that negative charge which is attracting towards the positive charge. There is an electrostatic force of attraction between the electron and the nucleus. Between the electron and the nucleus there is a force of attraction, that is electrostatic force of attraction. Okay. Why there is an electrostatic force of attraction? Because the electron which is having negative charge and the nucleus which carries the positive charge. Right? Understood? But experimentally, if I want to calculate how much is the force of attraction for the hydrogen atom, if I'm and don't forget one more thing. Sir, electrons are present here. Here one more electron may be present here. It is which is revolving here. One more electron may be revolving here. Sir, this electron and this electron repulsive force, it is also present. If you are asking, why we have not taken the electrostatic force of repulsion between electron and electron? Because one electron carries the negative charge, another electron is also carrying the negative charge. Minus and minus, there is a force of repulsion. There is a force of repulsion. The force of repulsion and the force of attraction, they are equal to each other. This is who said? Rutherford. But according to estimated values, experimental values, if I am choosing, for hydrogen, if I am considering, or for helium, if I am considering, helium atom or hydrogen atom, if I am considering, the force of attraction is 8 times greater than the force of repulsion. The force of attraction is greater than the force of repulsion. But how many times? 8 times this is greater. Which is greater? Force of attraction, which is greater than the force of repulsion. By how many times? 8 times it is greater. Where it is in the case of hydrogen and in the case of helium. This is absurd fact. Follow this. And the electron which is revolving like this. Electron is a charged body. According to electromagnetic theory, if a charged body is said to be existing, if it is a charged particle, if it is moving with an acceleration here, then it loses the energy. It is losing its energy. Which one? The charged particle which is losing its energy if it is moving with an acceleration. Here, electron is a charged particle, carries a negative charge. Since it is moving in a circular path which is also said to be having acceleration. So electron, which is a charged body, which is having an acceleration, centripetal acceleration is present. Due to that centripetal acceleration here, the electron is go on moving in the form of a circular path with an acceleration. Hence, it has to lose its energy. If it is losing its energy, then I can say if this is the nucleus, electron, if it is moving like this, now the energy is go on decreasing. Energy is go on minimized, and now it is falling inside the nucleus. Which one? Electron. Now electron which is revolving around the nucleus in a spiral path, and immediately it is falling inside the nucleus. Therefore, we can say atom is unstable or it is non-stable according to this idea. But well-known idea is, but atom is said to be stable. But we know that atom is said to be stable. Atom is a stable particle. But according to this theory, atom is said to be unstable, which is unstable. Therefore, I can say the stability of the atoms, our classical mechanics could not be. Why it is happening? Why this is not happening? Why this is not happening? Why this is not happening? Why this atom is said to be stable? Our classical mechanics could not be able to explain this. This idea which could not be explained by classical mechanics. First point. Okay. Second point. Number 2. Point number 2. Which is the second point? Second point, it says that, point number 2, atomic spectra with fine structure. Atomic spectra with fine structure. Atomic spectra with fine structure. You are aware of all these things in your second PUC. Okay, you do one thing, atomic ideas that I have given, maybe the second video or third video I have put already in the YouTube. Just you go through that. Go through that in the beginning. Okay, maybe the starting first or second or third maybe. Just you go through that video, you will come to know that about atomic spectra, fine structure, everything. So according to the fine structure and atomic spectra here, if I am considering for hydrogen atom, if I am considering nu bar is equal to, this is an equation according to Bohr's theory. According to Bohr's theory, we have derived this equation. Nu bar is equal to 1 by lambda is equal to R into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. This is an equation, we know this, where nu bar is called by the name wave number. Number of waves in 1 meter is called by the name the wave number, nu bar. Lambda is wavelength. Lambda is wavelength. Nu is frequency. Nu is frequency. Capital R is Rydberg constant. Rydberg constant. And N2 is greater than N1. Now, orbit number this is. N1 and N2 are orbit numbers. Higher energy, lower energy orbit. N2 is the higher energy orbit. N1 is the lower energy orbit. Okay, these are the ideas already in our lower classes, we know that. So, using this, if the electron is jumping from second orbit to the first orbit, if the electron is jumping from second orbit to the first orbit, if this is the nucleus, the electron is maybe present in the second energy level, this is the first energy level. If the electron is jumping from energy level 2 to energy level 1, then it is emitting a particular frequency, particular wavelength only. It is emitting a particular frequency. It is emitting a particular wavelength whenever the electron is jumping from higher energy to lower energy. One particular discrete energy level, it is going to be coming out. It is emitting out. One particular energy only, it is emitting out. One particular frequency, one particular wavelength only, it is emitting out according to this idea. But if you are seeing this particular spectral line, one particular spectral line, that spectral line which contains so many number of small lines. Okay, and according to the classical theory, an excited atom should emit electromagnetic radiation continuously in all possible wavelengths. Okay, according to classical mechanics here, if an excited atom is present, means electron, if it is said to be under the excited level, if the atom is said to be under excited level, if it is returned back to the ground level, now it is emitting the electromagnetic radiation of all possible wavelengths. But here we are getting only one particular wavelength. But according to classical mechanics, according to classical theory, it is emitting all the wavelengths, all possible wavelengths. It has to emit all possible wavelength. All possible wavelength it has to emit. Okay, therefore, Classical mechanics could not be able to explain why there is a discrete amount of energetic radiation only it is emitting out. Why one particular frequency only it is emitting out. Our classical mechanics could not be able to explain. This is second point. This is second point. Why classical mechanics is a failure. Okay. Third idea. Number 3. Point number 3. Third point. Black body radiation. Black body radiation. Black body radiation. You know about the black body. What is a black body? A perfect black body means which can absorb all the radiation under its colder condition, which is emitting all the wavelength, all the radiation it is emitting out whenever it is said to be under the red hot condition. That is a black body, a perfect black body. Now let us consider there is a perfect black body. This is a black body. This black body we are going to heat this to the red hot so that it is go on emitting the radiations. It is go on emitting the radiations. Radiations are emitting out. Radiations emitted. So what is a perfect black body? That particular body under the colder condition it is absorbing all the radiations, whatever it is falling on it. Whenever it is said to be under the hot condition, it is emitting out all the radiations. That is a black body. Let us choose a black body. I will going to heat that black body. It is emitting the radiations. The radiations, whatever it is emitting out here, which is having intensity and correspondingly it is having wavelength. Intensity it is having, correspondingly it is having wavelength. I will going to plot a graph. I will going to plot a graph intensity versus wavelength. Intensity versus wavelength. We are going to plot the graph. At a particular temperature, the black body it has been heated to a particular temperature. When the black body, if it is get heated to a particular temperature, at that temperature, we have noted how much is the intensity, how much is the wavelength. We have plotted the graph. You are going to get a graph like this. This is around about 900 Kelvin. The black body temperature, if it is 900 Kelvin, you will get like this, a curve. The peak of the curve somewhere else is present here. This is the peak of the curve. Somewhere else the peak is present here. Okay. Next, the same black body, I will going to heat it to the larger extent. Now you are going to get a curve like this. This is for 1090 Kelvin, higher temperature. Now the peak is present here. You can observe that peak is shifting now. This is the longer wavelength. This is a shorter wavelength. Towards the shorter wavelength, the peak is go on shifting. Still, if you are increasing the black body temperature further, and if you are plotting intensity versus wavelength here, then you will be getting a curve like this. This is for 1259 Kelvin. You are going to have like this. This is said to be the peak. So therefore, as the temperature increases, as the temperature of the black body increases, then the peak, wherever it is corresponding wavelength is present, that wavelength for the maximum intensity level, wherever it is present here, that is shifting towards the shorter wavelength region. As the temperature of the black body increases, then the peak of the curve, it is shifting towards the shorter wavelength region. Why this is happening? Why this is happening? First point. Second point, as you are considering a graph between intensity versus wavelength, why we are getting this curve? It is a distribution curve, continuous distribution you are going to have. Why we are going to get a continuous distribution? Our classical mechanics could not be able to explain. Classical mechanics, it could not be able to explain all these things. What is that first idea? Why there is an intensity continuous distribution in all the wavelength. Secondly, as the black body temperature is go on increasing, then the wavelength corresponds to the maximum intensity wherever it is occurred. it is go on shifting towards the shorter wavelength region. Why this is happening? The classical mechanics could not be able to explain. Therefore, classical mechanics is a failure. Okay, this is the third point. Number fourth point. What is the fourth point? Specific heat of solids. Specific heat of solids. Specific heat of solids. So what do you mean by specific heat? Taken from first PUC. Specific heat definition. If you are choosing a substance, then the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of that substance through 1 Kelvin temperature. Meaning, I will consider a body whose mass is equal to 1 kg. Now we are going to give the heat energy from outside here. Heat energy we have supplied from outside for 1 kg of the substance. So that the temperature of this one, it has been raised by 1 Kelvin here. How much is the heat energy we have supplied? It is called by the name specific heat. This is called by the name specific heat. The quantity of heat, the amount of heat, the quantity of heat or amount of heat required to raise 1 kg of substance by 1 Kelvin is called by the name specific heat of materials. Okay. Now, as the specific heat is equal to 0, as the temperature of the body is equal to absolute 0. Absolute 0, don't forget, absolute 0 that is. Now, according to Dulong and Petit's law, according to Dulong and Petit's law, it is coming under solid state physics. According to Dulong and Petit's law, we are having a formula that is atomic weight multiplied by specific heat is approximately equal to 6.4. Any material atomic weight multiplied by its specific heat, you are going to have approximately 6.4. Why this is happening? Why this idea holds good? Our classical mechanics could not be able to explain this concept. This concept could not be able to explain by classical mechanics. Therefore, wave mechanics is coming into the picture. Therefore, we have introduced the wave mechanics. Is it clear? So, why classical mechanics is a failure? Wave mechanics, why we had to study? Because there exists some amount of failure in the classical mechanics. Number one, stability of the atoms could not be able to explain by classical mechanics. All of us, we are aware of that one. There is an atom here, hydrogen atom or helium or any other atom you can consider. A positively charged core is present. Almost all the mass of the body, all the mass of the atom is concentrating at its center. That is called by the name the nucleus, which carries the positive charge, because protons which carries the positive charge and neutrons which do not carry any amount of charge. Electrons are having the negative charge which is revolving around the nucleus in a circular path, because here to here there is an electrostatic force of attraction. Electrons are attracted towards the positively charged nucleus. But electrons are revolving here. Electron to electron, there is a force of repulsion. The force of repulsion between electron to electron and the electron to the neutron, I mean whatever the nucleus is present here, protons are present here, electron to proton, here there is a force of attraction, electron to electron, there is a force of repulsion. This force of repulsion between electron and the force of attraction between electron and protons, they are equal to each other. Who said? Rutherford. But for hydrogen and helium, if you are observing that one, the force of attraction approximately 8 times it is greater than the force of repulsion. Then electromagnetic theory could not be able to explain. Okay. Here, as the electron which is revolving around the nucleus here, since electron is a charged particle which is having an acceleration, since it is an acceleration, according to the electromagnetic theory, it is losing its energy. If I am applying this idea to the electron also here. Electron, it is moving here and it is losing its energy more and more and more. Finally, it is falling inside the nucleus. Therefore, I can say atom is unstable. But we know that atom is stable. This is not happening. Therefore, atom is stable. Why this is not happening? Classical mechanics could not be able to explain. Okay. Second idea, atomic spectra with fine structure. You are aware of this? Okay. This is the theory already we have taken from second PUC level. As the electron is jumping from higher energy to the lower energy, it is producing a particular wavelength or a particular frequency, a discrete frequency only it is, or wavelength only it is producing. But one particular, whatever the spectral line if you are considering, if it is seen through the high resolution microscope, we are going to see the smaller lines here that is called by the name the fine structure. It could not be able to explain. Secondly, if the electron is jumping from here to here, we are getting a discrete level of energy here. But according to classical theory, whatever it is emitting the energy, it is said to be in all possible wavelength, according to classical theory. Therefore, it is a failure. Third one, black body radiation. As you are plotting the graph of intensity versus wavelength for a particular black body and the black body temperature is increases here, then wherever the intensity maximum is present, at that particular point, the corresponding wavelength, it is shifting towards the shorter wavelength region that could not be able to be explained by classical mechanics. According to Dulong and Petit's law here, atomic weight multiplied by specific heat is equal to 6.4. Our classical mechanics could not be able to explain why this is not happening, why this is not happening in classical mechanics. So the classical mechanics could not be able to explain this phenomenon, this concept. But Dulong and Petit, they have derived this one and they have shown it. But classical mechanics could not be able to explain this idea. Therefore, classical mechanics is a failure. We are supposed to study about wave mechanics.